everyone, it's Whitney.
And I'm Kathleen, and we're Adventures by Lumos.
Today we are doing a video we're so excited for. They are filming the parade and the performers for the Christmas parade that they're going to film on ABC for Christmas.
Yes, so this is something we've been looking forward to, and I know we've mentioned it a couple times to you guys. So we're going to actually head to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to see that there are some stages over there, and we're going to check out what those will be for.
Yeah, and so we're hoping we'll get to be really up close and show the performers for you guys and get all the inside tips and tricks of how to do that.
They're being very secretive this year, so I'm not quite sure what's happening. I feel like last year we had a better idea about what's going on. This time we're just trying to wing it and go with the flow and hopefully get some good luck along the way.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
So this is the Frontierland entrance to Galaxy's Edge. We realized we actually haven't shown you this land before. It's really pretty, like you genuinely feel like you're not in California anymore. Like you really are transferred to a different planet, and it's absolutely true. They speak a different language. We don't even know what they're saying. Here's the stage they're gonna film for Batuu. They have their filming equipment up here, some lights, fun stuff like that. Now we don't really know how the queue is gonna work. We're just kind of waiting until someone says something, but we hope it goes okay. We're hoping to get you the best experience possible. Hi Lumos, I love you. Hey guys, so I overheard from a cast member that the queue for the Millennium Falcon stage is actually right outside the entrance of Batuu at the Disneyland entrance. So I came over, there's a couple cast members and a taped queue. Kathleen's on her way right now because I just sort of ran to see what was going on in case the queue was already queued up. But we have about a 30-minute wait before we can get in. So we'll see what happens. So we are first in line. It's just us so far. Cast members have been trying to tell guests that the line's over here, but people haven't been really listening. So
that's why we're the only ones here. But hopefully our listening skills will be put to good use and we'll actually be able to get near the front. So we are waiting in line for the performance. But while we're waiting, Whitney had a cool idea.
We decided to do the best friend tag game. So it's just see how well we know each other, because I think we know each other pretty well.
And this is a great way for you guys to get to know us as well, because we haven't really gotten a chance to really introduce ourselves other than that we're big Disney fans and like Harry Potter fans and that we're best friends. Yeah. So I'm going to read some of the questions off of my phone and then we'll use her notepad to answer the questions. Okay, first question. What is their middle name? Do you want to write your answer before I respond? Or did you already? Are you just going to say yes or no?
I don't know if I know it.
Oh, are you writing mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm the right answer. Sorry. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing my middle name, not hers. Sorry.
Right, I'm answering it for her, and she's writing down her answer, and then I'll say it, so then we'll see if it matches up with her answer.
Okay, I have my answer written down.
Her middle name is Trey, T-R-E-Y.
Yay, she's right.
Yay! Mine's really hard, though. So.
Yeah, I don't think I know.
Okay, so what kind of wedding do they want? And both of us are nowhere close to being in a relationship or anywhere to a wedding, but it's always like nice to talk about. We've sat it in and out for like hours.
Okay, so the two things I put to help you like narrow it down.
Okay.
I put what color scheme I want and what time of year I want my wedding.
Oh no. Oh god, okay. I want to say it's like some kind of purple, but I'm not sure.
Close.
So it's like lavender. I'm gonna guess like purple or like not dark, not like a plum color. But I want to say it's like either pastel or like just a normal shade of purple. And I don't know what other color it was gonna be. I want to say spring.
Okay, so close, because that's like my other option. So I put colors like a burgundy, so you're kind of in that area, like a burgundy maroon. But I would do that if the season was fall. So that's what I put. What's your biggest pet peeve? I want to say like people who don't have manners or like rude, just like naturally like don't have courtesy.
I'll give that to her. I put down when people snap at other people, like literally snap at like their kids. Like that really bugs me.
You've never worked in customer service before either. Like anything like that, when people snap at me, I get so annoyed.
Waiters, like they're not dogs. Like you need to just call them over politely. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
How do you take your coffee?
So we're going to do Starbucks orders because I don't really drink coffee.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
But it depends on the season. So let's do it for now.
Okay. I'm trying to think about literally what you just got. No, I know it. Pumpkin spice with chai, or chai with pumpkin spice.
Yeah, chai with pumpkin spice. Because the pumpkin spice is too bitter for me, but I like it with the chai.
Okay.
So I always get pumpkin spice chai. Yay! Yep, she got it. Okay, so we kind of ran out of questions to ask each other just because we know each other way too well and it was not going to be that exciting.
And it was really hard to find good questions too.
Yeah, so Google kind of did not pull through on this one, but we did find questions about our friendship that we might be able to discuss with you guys and kind of do like a mini story time section.
Yeah, and it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Okay.
Does your best friend have piercings, tattoos, or both?
You have piercings and tattoos.
You too. We both have one tattoo, and then we just have our ears pierced.
One tattoo.
You just
I got
the second
another one.
She just got the second one. Don't listen to her.
What? No, don't listen to you. You got it wrong.
No, but don't let her judge me.
Okay, yeah. I just got one, so that's why she said, well, we both had just one. No, I have two tattoos and two piercings, and she has two piercings and one tattoo.
Well, just like, I guess two. It's just two normal ears.
Right, yeah. So, like, same. I don't have anything more than my ears pierced.
I can show this one. It's my dad's handwriting, and I love this tattoo.
All mine are covered, so I'm not gonna try to show you mine.
What concerts has your best friend attended?
Whitney goes to concerts all the time, so I feel like this question was not fair for me.
Well, we've been to some together. Like we saw Sam Smith together.
We saw Sam Smith
and that was like a birthday present from you. It was such a good show. And in December, we're seeing the Jonas Brothers.
We are, and we have floor seats for that.
They're
so
really good seats.
We're also going with another source sister of ours, Ariana. So she's gonna be coming. She actually lives in Las Vegas, so she'll be coming back for that. And we're so excited.
And
it'll be my first vlog
that as well. Oh, floor seats are a different level of fun. Like they're so fun. How did you two meet each other?
Yeah, can I tell?
Yes.
Okay, so I joined AOPI, our sorority, the year before Whitney did. She joined fall 15 and I joined in 2014. And we kind of just met through our sisterhood. And at first it was just like, obviously, like I love all my sisters, but we didn't really like hang out until...
She was the first person who brought me to Disney when I got my pass.
Yeah, so she got her pass and I was there with that, for that, and my babe was as well. We all went to Disney together because we all had passes at the time. And then from there we just kind of like started getting closer and hanging out outside of just like meetings.
It definitely happened over time. Like we didn't call ourselves roommates immediately.
That was not until like 2 years ago, I would say. Something like that.
One word to describe your best friend.
Inspiring. It's hard for one word, but that's probably what I would say.
See, I would say like kind. Like there's not another person that like I can say beats Kathleen in terms of just how genuinely nice she is to every person that she meets and like tries to like put that good energy out into the world.
Dang,
It's
they said one
special.
word.
But I was that's like my defense or like my reasoning for that one word.
Fine, then I will also give a reason because I did not know I could do an explanation. And they said one word and I took that very literally. I'm also a very literal person.
Yeah.
Very literal person. So I think with Winnie, it's just amazes me how like strong she is all the time, and despite like everything that she's gone through, you wouldn't have known. She's just been very like she puts others first, even when she's struggling. It's kind of like, how are you doing? Like, what do you need from me? How can I help? As opposed to her taking a more selfish twist on that and asking. She definitely gives more than she receives. I
don't believe that.
She definitely does, and I think that she does so without any expectations of having much given back. So I think that that's very inspiring to have that sort of selfless love for others, and for so many people, not just like me. Okay, done with the mushy gushy.
Yeah. We are moving. We're moving.
We're going.
I'll call you.
This land is absolutely beautiful.
I thought it was much smaller.
Can you believe we're right here?
Crazy. We're gonna get closer. I'm so excited. This is our view for the show. We're so excited. This is amazing. So we're currently sitting in Golden Horseshoe. We finally got some food. It's been a long day.
Yeah, we were both, I think we were at the point where we were both getting a little bit hangry. We're just kind of like really tired. And like our energy was drained because we were sitting out for so long, and we finally got some food, so now we're happy again, content with life, and we finished. So we wanted to give you guys like kind of like a back
synopsis, breakdown,
Yeah.
of basically what happened today, almost like story time.
We got there and we kind of had somewhat of a plan, but we didn't because there was so little information about what the event was going to be like or where anything was. And so Whitney had texted me because I was at Starbucks, I needed coffee, and it was like there's no stage in front of the castle.
Yeah.
And so then she ended up finding a spot for us for the parade.
And it was like right, like super good, right near the main circle plaza. It was really nice. But you ran into a friend.
I did run into a friend, and I learned that there was actually no performance in front of the castle, unfortunately.
Which is a little weird.
Yeah, not today, not tomorrow. They're just not gonna have it in general. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But instead, they're gonna have it at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in front of like the Millennium Falcon ride, like the area next to it where the ship is. I'm not a fan, so I don't know the term.
The ride Smuggler's Run. I think they have a Millennium Falcon or some type
like
of
a
ship outside. They had a big stage made right in front of that.
Whitney and I started talking. We're like, okay, well, like, should we stay and try to get footage for the parade and everything like that, or do we want to try our luck and start waiting for the performance at Millennium Falcon?
And after a bit of discussion, we kind of decided to go to Millennium Falcon and just skip out on the parade, just because it was kind of crazy last year and a really quick rush to get in line for the filming in front of the castle for Gwen Stefani. So we were like, we'd rather potentially see Portugal the Man, who did perform. And so then we walked into Galaxy's Edge, and it's just like a taped off square in front of a stage, and
just two lights.
Yeah, and no one knows where to stand, no one's really telling anything, but cast members are yelling at you to make sure you don't cross that black tape.
Yeah, so it was just I think it was all very vague, mostly because my suspicion is that they didn't want to release too much information and get it way too crowded, which I totally understand, guest control and safety, especially with it being right in front of the ride. But that kind of like left a lot of like ambiguity and vagueness, and guests were getting upset because they weren't quite sure where to wait or what to do or what was going on, because no one really knew what was going on other than maybe like the higher up.
Yeah, and they weren't even below them, so then it was just a trickle effect of just confusion.
Right, and we thought we had an idea of what was going on. We tried to be as like well prepared and do our research, but it was just, again, very hard to get information. The area that we were in was so different, like Galaxy's Edge compared to in front of the Sleeping Beauty Castle. Very different atmosphere, different like performers. Gwen Stefani is like a bigger, well-known artist, whereas Portugal the Man is not quite as well-known or like mainstream.
Yeah, and so like, because what happened too is we had heard from leads that were dressed in their normal everyday costume weren't allowed to go into Batuu because they can't have that transition of character and costume, which then made it hard for the leads to communicate, which then made it trickle down to everyone else.
Yeah,
so it was kind of an accident when I overheard a cast member tell a fellow guest that the line to enter the area where you'd wait for Portugal the Man was right at the entrance of Batuu, right at Fantasyland. It was just happened to be a coincidence that I was there and overheard it. So we did immediately sit there. The line opened at about 11:45, and they told us, okay, about 2:30 they'll probably enter you the land. They're supposed to start filming at 3 o'clock. And
we didn't get in until 3. We didn't start walking until 3:15.
Yeah, and they easily did not start filming, probably too closer to 4:30.
Yeah, so they were supposed to start at 3:15. Didn't start until 4, like maybe an hour after they were originally planned. And so that was just really, it was weird. It was kind of unorganized. We think of Christmas as like this, with like
merry,
the gingerbread,
cheery.
She was asked to hide her Mickey, like Peppermint Mickey, because Mickey doesn't exist
in Batuu. We had to take our ears off.
We had to take them all off.
We were first in line, front row, and they pushed us to the back because we were too Christmassy.
Yeah, and we were next to like a guy that was also like wearing a Christmas sweater, so like the three of us were very much like bam, like traditional.
And we
Christmas.
were first in line, he was second, and so it was kind of a smack in the face. And normally, and like we're filming a Christmas show, they're filming still in Batuu. It's still part of Disneyland, it's the resort, and it was really weird. It didn't feel like Christmas. There was no decorations, absolutely nothing to give this feel of warmth and excitement.
You would have never known that it was for Christmas, other than because White Christmas was performed. That was the only indication that this was going to be for like the Christmas special. And they did like a little bit snippets of like other Christmas songs, but it was not at all what we expected. It wasn't anything like last year. The first time I went, and then the first 2 times that she went, were very similar. This time is the only time where it was like very different, and I think they were just trying something new, trying to promote the land maybe.
And that makes sense, but they could have done Christmas in Batuu and had it be gorgeous. The land is absolutely beautiful, and decorated it with some trees and added different types of like, a Christmas tradition in Batuu is this.
Yeah.
But still, let us wear ears, let us be cheery, because that's what you're celebrating.
Right. It's happy holidays. Happy happy is in the name. But it was more like very like nostalgic, and obviously the song fit the atmosphere as well as it could. But I just think like if you're filming a Christmas special, it's okay for guests to expect that they should be wearing Christmas attire and Christmas like accessories, and not be asked to like take it off. I know they were trying to go for a certain aesthetic, but I think personally for us, we were just kind of disappointed about the vision. The experience of it was very like different from us.
Lackluster is a good word.
Yeah, lackluster. It's like very different for us from the previous year to this year. There's definitely a huge discrepancy this year, but I guess on a more positive note, the band was amazing.
They were so nice.
Sweet.
They were throwing out guitar picks like they were candy.
Yeah,
like
they
5
gave
cents.
So
like
many
and they were so nice. They were really good singers. They all sounded great. You could tell they were genuinely friends. They were nice to the kids that were there.
They had conversations with.
Yeah.
There was a kid choir, like a children's choir of sorts, that was like their background vocals. They were talking to them. And then they were talking to audience members, like especially like the kids that they had in the front and center area.
Yeah.
One musician in particular, Eric, their guitarist, he was super sweet and like very humble, very engaging. It was a great performance overall, and it's just unfortunate that it was with those circumstances.
Else was rough. And you could tell like the crowd was tiny. Like people were leaving early.
Oh yeah.
They barely filled the space, and so I felt bad for them because they were so good.
Right, and Gwen Stefani was like full, like packed, like
and
they had to
more
turn
packed.
people away.
Yeah. So it was definitely just a good experience, but like I probably wouldn't wait in Batuu again if given the option like next Christmas or something like that. But we had fun.
So I guess like some tips and tricks that we have learned from this experience in particular is that one, obviously you're not ever guaranteed, like no matter if you're in front of line or not, because last year we've had guys who were in front of us and they were moved back for similar reasons, like they just didn't quite fit.
They were too tall, they didn't look like Christmassy, things like that.
Right, so kind of the opposite problem we had this year. So they like were asked to move back, and it's quite clear that they have a certain vision. So unfortunately, if you kind of miscalculate or guess what it is that they're going for, you will be moved back. So I guess I would just prepare with like obviously a festive outfit, but maybe like a jacket or something that's a little bit more neutral. So that way, if anything, you can just change into that or put that on. So in that way, you're kind of like ready for either situation. But I feel like we made the right choice in terms of like getting there early, trying to get. If you want, bring activities like a book or something.
Because like if you want to have your phone, like you have your phone on your portable charger, but like interact with each other, talk, like do things, play games, have stuff ready, especially if you bring in kids. Like make sure there's entertainment. Because if you're gonna wait there early, you're gonna be waiting a while.
Yeah. Overall, it was just not something that we had envisioned for a Christmas special. So I think that's where it kind of like fell short of the bar, was that it was a Christmas special. So we just had this particular idea and it was not what Disney wanted. We just want to apologize. We weren't able to show a whole lot of content from the actual televised event because it is a televised event. But we hope that just
we have a couple photos. We might be able to put them on our Instagram for you guys to see as well.
And hopefully like just the before footage and like this little like story time section will kind of help you get a better idea of what you want to do, if you want to plan for this. But just try to do your research, go look at Disney accounts. There's some really great ones that we found that were super helpful.
And just like talk around, definitely get there early, look to see where stages are, see where guest control cast members are, see people filming for the parade. Do you want to watch the parade because it goes slower than normal on a filming day? Things like that. Like learn the layout of the land, go in groups, so if you need to split off to do something, that's totally good. And know that anything can happen. So you can't necessarily be upset about that. It's still an experience.
We had a great time overall.
We just love hanging out with each other, and that was fun, and we got to see a great band. So if you did like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Our Instagram link is down below as well.
And my name is Kathleen.
I'm Whitney.
And we're Adventures by Lumos
and
Knox.